Hello, everyone. This is Michael with FFR. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to be reviewing the Target Zone Options program by professional trader Joe Duffy. We're going to give you an overview of what's been happening the last 3 years as well. We're going to be diving into a sneak peek of what's been happening this year in 2020. Okay, let's jump to the first slide here. We have Target Zone Options program. We're going to be introducing Joe Duffy, reviewing the trading academics of the system itself. We're going to be going over the performance statistics since inception over the last 3 years. We'll be reviewing the growth chart on the system itself, looking at a test account by Mr. Joe Duffy himself, and we're also going to give you an overview of what's been happening with a few of our clients this year. So you get a little bit of an insight there. Okay. All right, first off, we're going to go through Joe Duffy, dive into his background. He's got a very, very impressive resume. He currently lives in Toronto, Canada. He's got 30 years of trading experience in his career. He was formerly a prop trader for the International Bank of Montreal for 10 years. He also trades various markets, futures, forex, and more importantly, he's been trading options for several years and doing very, very well. He was the United States Trading Championship. He ranked top 10 with 121, 243, and 432% returns. Ranked number 1 analyst by the Greenwich Survey, formerly registered as a commodity trading advisor and exempt hedge fund manager, and is now publishing and has published many publications regarding different books, materials in trading and investing, and how to trade like the big banks. So Joe is currently retired from the institutional side of his career and is now on the retail division. And basically, he loves to golf. He loves boating and being a family man on that side of it. And his passion is trading as well. Okay. Now, jumping into the system, going over the Target Zone Options academic overview. This is a mathematically defined methodology. The system trades the top 64 most liquid stocks and ETFs. It averages about 5 trades a month, so not over trading, but giving you enough opportunity and enough action to capture some of the market movements. The minimum account size is roughly 10,000, but we do have clients that have traded it with less. The allocation is about 10% per trade alert on the overall trade size. So once a new trade comes out, the recommendation is about 10%. Applying the right strategy for the current market climate, meaning that Joe is going to apply a debit, a credit, or diagonal spread, and sometimes he's even going to trade a straight put, directional put, or call, depending on that market climate and what's been happening. Okay. His system does kick out the specific trade that it's looking at and which markets he should be looking to trade. And then he's going to look at the market climate and decide what's going to be best for the overall system. This is going to help him cut his losses at 50%, and he's going to look for gains, which is above 80%, and that way he can skew the risk reward in the favor of the system. Okay. On this side of it, we are going to be, these are just, the guidelines are for information and are based on suggestions only, right here. All right, now we're going to move into the system and going over the performance. So this is where we're going to look at what the history's been for Target Zone. Now this is based on a test account of a $10,000 starting capital, initial capital, and applying $1,000 per trade, non-compounded, okay, throughout the whole entire 3-year period, which we have here. So this is based on 2017, 2018, 2019, and coming into this year, the end of April. The total net profit on the account for that period of time is going to be $90,000. $993. And we're going to have a rate of return of 910%. That's going to give us a monthly average of 2,300. The percentage monthly average is going to be 23%. Average annual dollar amount is $27,000. Average annual percentage return is 277%. This is really key to look at here. Our average win is going to be $750, and our average loss is going to be only $388. And then this will show us our win-loss ratio here. And then we have a total of 182 trades throughout that period of time. 142 were winners, only 40 were losses, which gave us a profit factor of 6.87. So every dollar lost, the system's making it back up by $6.87. Okay. Now moving forward, here's our growth chart over that period of time, and this is really a nice steady upward momentum. If you can see here, all right, this is going to be 2020, but I do want to point out some of the flat periods here, and we got a little bit of a dip here. You can see in that period of time, dip here, got some dips down here and down in here. But what I want to show you is that recovery right after that little bit of drawdown and dip and flat periods. We saw a nice upward momentum recovery in the system, and that's why Joe Duffy is so good at what he does in his career. Okay, let's move forward here. Let's go over Joe's test account based on a $50,000 mid-size account, allocating $5,000, 10% per trade, non-compounded, and we're going to take a snapshot here on the account, which is going to be for 2019 and coming into April of this year. Now, the first part of the year, and we are withdrawing, he's going to withdraw his $50,000 initial starting capital plus $40,000 in profit. Okay. First, what I want to show you is the first quarter here of Joe Duffy's account here, and this is going to be on his software that he uses to trade in. All right, and you can see here we have a January 2019 starting date, wire received, big red arrow here, roughly 50,000 because you also have the wire fee. And what I want to show you is here, if we come down here at the end of the first quarter, we have March 26, 2019, and come over here, we got a small return. Now the account's at $68,612, and we are going to move forward to the next quarter. We have April here, okay, coming all the way down to the end of June. The account is roughly at $96,000. Joe's going to wire out, you can see here, it's going to wire out $20,000 this quarter. Going to move into the next quarter here. You can see here we have July. This is coming into the third quarter. Coming into August, Joe's going to wire out another $10,000, so that puts him at $30,000 total. He's got $90,000 in the account. Coming down to September 27th, going to come over here. He's got $85,000 in the account at this point. I'm going to move into the last quarter of the year. Now Joe's got right here, he wires out another $10,000, puts him at $40,000. At the end of the year, he's going to wire out another $10,000. That's his total $50,000. And if you look here, just circled down here in my red, you can see December 23rd, end of the year, with wiring out $50,000. He has now a net profit of $81,000 in the account. Now let's pop into this year. Here's Joe's software tracking trade tracker account. We got January 2020 coming down into February. So we got January and February. Account made a small profit. But really what we want to see is what happened in March, because that's really where everything just hit the fan. The markets just plummeted during this period of time. And coming into the end of March, Joe's got 117,000 in the account. Now the account started at the beginning of the year with 82,000, and that was net profit from 2019. And from 82,000 coming into March, he's got 117,000 in the account. He wires out, you can see here 20,000. Got a wire out here, okay. And now coming into the end of March, we're going to see what happened in April. All right, coming down here, April, looks like Joe wires out another 20 grand here. Coming into the end of April, the account's got 88,000. That's a total of 20,000 here that he wired out. He wires out 20,000 here, so that's 40,000 profit that Joe wires out of the account on that side of it, okay? Now I want to show you and dive into what some of our clients have been experiencing this year with the market drop. A lot of us have lost a lot of money on our stock portfolios, 401ks, IRAs, but we have had some clients mitigate those losses and the risk and starting to see some profits with Target Zone. As you can see from Joe's account, we've been doing very well. Well, let's see what we're doing on actual clients' account statements. And let's give you a sneak peek here. A couple of snapshots from a couple of months of this year. And let me enlarge this so you can see it. Okay, so we have March 1st up here, top right-hand corner, to March 31st. We have account information. We have redacted the client's personal information for privacy purposes, but we have James here as trading at a broker with his account. He did have a deposit down here under change in NAV. You can see where I highlighted right in this area of 7,000 is his deposit. So small account with Joe Duffy. Mark to market, he had a $2,500 profit, paid his broker a commission of $482, had a ending balance of $9,000, and he had a 29% rate of return here during that month, okay? And trading some of the markets that Joe loves to trade, which is Target Zone trades, is the INTC, Intel, Microsoft, the QQQs, SPY, which has a lot of liquidity. Those are just a few of the stock and ETFs that Joe does like to trade on with Target Zone. We're going to dive into now the following month, but I do want to show you that this is an actual brokerage account. We have the legal notes and notes down here. Under number 3, you can see that this particular client, James, is trading at his broker, which is Interactive Brokers on this side of it. Okay, let's dive into the next month here for April. We have April 1st through April 30th. James here, same client, redacted his personal information. Coming down to the net asset value section, we're going to look here, rate of return 35%, starting initial value of 9,000 carried over from March. He had a roughly $3,400 profit, a little bit more, $68, for that period of time. Paid the broker his commissions to handle his account, $321. So he ended up with a $12,000 ending value, roughly about $5,000 in profit. Some of the markets, again, that Target Zone trades, AMD, INTC down here on the far left, Intel. You got SPY, a lot of liquidity there on the SPY. And then this is going to be James's account, all the trades. And then now let's jump into the next client and give you subscriber. and give you a little insight on him. Now, you can set up your accounts, and as most of you know, you can set up your accounts in various different ways, whether you're trading an IRA, a trust account, a business account, which that's what we show here for this particular customer, and or just an individual account. We have March 1st through March 31st. I'm going to show you on a little bit larger account with a little bit higher allocation what you're going to be able to see during these periods of times of year where the markets in March just dropped horrifically. But for us, the volatility was captured. We have a $39,000 starting initial capital. His mark-to-market profit was $23,000. He paid his broker $1,550 for executing the trades. His account now is at $61,000. He had a 55.51% gain for that month. I'm going to drop down here, scroll down to the next month. Here we go. We have an activity statement date of April 1st through April 30th. Same account, Country Mountain Coastal LLC. And starting value, $61,000, carried over from March. Mark-to-market profit for this month, $20,000. He paid his broker $1,600 in commissions. His ending value now went from $39,000 all the way up to $80,000 just in 2 months. He had a 30.75% gain just for the month of April. Okay, so very happy, able to mitigate some of his losses on the stocks and IRA side, and able to take some profits here working with Joe and Target Zone and his team. Okay, so that gave you a sneak peek on what's been happening with the clients. If you are interested in wanting to see more, we can dive into a little bit more on the academics, how it trades, what you receive with Joe, full access to him and his team, all the alerts that they're taking on their own accounts, and some education as well. But please give us a call, 800-883-0524 if you're interested in learning a little bit more. You can reach out to us at support@ffrtrading.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Happy trading out there. Thank you for joining us today, and we wish everyone well. Bye for now.